Hello, I'm Matt Robinson with your SCV NewsBreak for Thursday, January 21st. A man was shot and killed at a New Hall apartment complex on Thursday afternoon. The incident occurred near Valley del Oro, and witnesses say that they heard gunshots and a car driving away around 12 p.m.
Well, I was actually sleeping, and my mom's the one that woke me up. I heard the first gunshot, and she woke me up, and I heard the second gunshot, and that's when we heard the screaming. And we came outside, and when we came outside, there was a couple people outside already where the guy was laid on the ground.
As of 5 p.m., it is unclear whether anyone was arrested in the shooting. A deputy was taken to the hospital in serious condition early Thursday morning after he was involved in an altercation with a suspect during a domestic violence call. The incident occurred near Isabella Parkway when deputies received a frantic 911 call about a 29-year-old man who was holding his children hostage at knife point. Deputies got to the scene and forced the door open. Upon opening the door, the man charged at a male deputy, pushing him into a wall. The deputy suffered a severe head injury, and the man was taken into custody. He is being held on $50,000 bail. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, see how a young basketball star made his debut back on the court after 2 years. Plus, high schools around the valley will be getting a new addition to their athletic programs starting next month. Stay tuned.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Hey George, there's breaking news.
AM 1220 KHTS. I'm George Cummings with breaking news here in the Santa Clarita Valley. As it turns out, we have an emergency situation going on.
Ready in 5, 4. Breaking news from the Santa Clarita Valley. There's an emergency situation happening in Saugus right now, and our news crew is on the scene with more information.
Welcome back. Well, Tuesday night marked game number 3 of Foothill League basketball play, but for Valencia senior Chibuzo Akante, it marked a completely different milestone. It has been nearly 2 years since Akante has stepped foot on the court. He collapsed during warm-ups as a freshman nearly 2 years ago and was saved by sports medicine students' use of an AED to restart his heart and keep him alive. Akante has spent the last 2 years rehabbing from the life-threatening incident and made a triumphant return to the basketball floor as he sparked the Vikings to a 67-65 victory over Canyon. Chibuzo scored 24 points and wowed the crowd throughout the game with a few slam dunks as the Vikings picked up their first Foothill League victory of 2016. Chibuzo's story came full circle on Thursday morning as the Heart District made a huge announcement concerning athletes' health and safety. The district, along with Henry Mayo Newhall Hospital, signed a deal to put a certified athletic trainer in all 6 of the district schools within the coming months.
I think this is one of the most exciting collaborative projects that the district has embarked on. We have over 5,000 student athletes participating in 17 different sports, and unfortunately, each and every one of those young people is at risk of injury.
The new additions will be a key part of how players will be able to make their way back onto the playing surface after suffering an injury.
Listen, this represents culture change, because the coach is used to being front and center, just like we said, and that the decisions are his. But it was really the coaches that said, you know what, we kind of need to shift a little bit of this to the people that know better than we do. So that's the classic thing that you're trying to address, is like, who's really making the decision on when that student returns to the field. In the past, the classical models that it's been up to the coach, and we're kind of realizing that that's not the best person to make that decision. It's not even really the parent. Sometimes it's the parent that's saying, no, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine. Let's get him out there. All right, well, wait a minute. I know you think there's a scholarship on the line. He's the next great thing, but there's somebody else that's dispassionate that can kind of stand aside and say, no, clinically speaking, this is what we need to do. And so that's the expectations that we're going to have. And actually, when we do the interview for the athletic trainers, that's one of the things we're going to be looking for is, are you going to be strong on their end? Are you going to be strong enough to go to a strong-willed coach and say, sorry, he's not playing, she's not, coming back into the game?
Certified athletic trainers are expected to be fully implemented by mid-February. Now turning to weather, clouds cleared and temperatures soared into the 70s on Thursday. Highs will dip into the 50s on Saturday with a high of 59 and a 50% chance of rain. Early next week will warm back up and the rain should clear out. That's all for your SCV Newsbreak. Be sure to check in with us again tomorrow to see all the top headlines in your community. Until then, get all the latest news on hometownstation.com or scvnews.com. I'm Matt Robinson. Thanks for watching.